Hey everybody, welcome to Whiskey Whistle. I'm the host of the show, Mark, and you're watching Whiskey Review number 177. That's right, and this one is from the Springbank Distillery, although it is their Hazelburn line, so they've got 3 lines at the Springbank Distillery. This is Hazelburn 9-year-old Barolo Cask matured, and it's this one is 6 years in bourbon barrels, first fill bourbon barrels, and then the final 3 years in refill Barolo wine hogsheads. So that's quite interesting. And this little sample is from Hungsik at the malt shop. Thank you very much for that. Great people there. Make sure you go and check out if you're in Seoul, where I am. Now a nice little 30 milliliter bottle, little vial, just enough to taste it. So let's give that a try, shall we? It's been a long time since I've had something from Springbank, so I'm very excited about that. And if you're wondering about the glass I've got here, the Kilt Lifters Scotch Club, that is something from Winnipeg. That's where I'm from. So if you're in Winnipeg and you're wondering, well, you can look that up. I think you'll find some information. Kilt Lifters Scotch Club. And if you're not sure about Hazelburn, and in fact I believe this is the first Hazelburn, yes it is, the first Hazelburn I've done on the show. Hazelburn is the unpeated version of Springbank, and it is also triple distilled. It's distilled 3 times. They've got 3 stills there at Springbank, and they use them in a variety of ways. For Hazelburn, they simply mature it once in the wash still, and then once in the low wines still, and then a 3rd time in the, what is it called? The spirit still, I think they call it. Okay, color-wise, look at that golden hue. Now, at 9 years old, in a first fill bourbon, yeah, you would expect probably a color such as this. And the refill Barolo wine casks must not have had that much of an influence on the color, because it doesn't really have a winey hue to it at all. Although if that's a white wine, of course, then it wouldn't have any influence on the color at all, would it? Anyway, I don't even know what Barolo wine is, to be honest. Although I have reviewed another Barolo extra matured whiskey from Springbank before. That was the Gaja wood finish, Gaja Barolo anyway. Okay, so this one, it's got a pretty big alcohol percentage, 57.9. I probably did not need to pour all of that, come to think of it. I might have to put a saran wrap on top of that to save it for another day. And if you haven't tried that, that's a really good way. If you are finished with your glass, but you want to keep the whiskey, just throw a saran wrap over top, a plastic wrap on top of it. Tuck it in the cupboard. It'll be fine till the next day, maybe even 2-3 days in advance, ahead of that. Okay? All right, onto the nose for Hazelburn 9-year-old. It's spicy. Not a lot of, it's really not very spirit. I'm not getting that spirit rush. Maybe a little bit, but not really much. It smells very approachable for 58%, almost 58% ABV. 57.9, right? And this was a brand new bottle that Hungsik opened in front of me. So again, thank you very much for that. Some citrus, some lemon. A little bit of a furniture polish type of a scent when you really take a deep breath. And again, that may be because of the high ABV. And light cinnamon and a very, very established oakiness. So freshly cut oak timber. Slightly grassy also. Anyway, it's altogether very, very nice. I don't really smell a big wine component here. Maybe that just like kind of a slightly yeast scent that you get in some wines. Say at room temperature especially, right? Okay, let's give it a try. We'll try it neat first and we'll try it with water. All right, cheers everyone, and thank you very much, Hengxi. So drinkable at 58%. And I kid you not, this may have I can feel the sweat coming on my forehead again. This may have the strongest wallop of a flavorful finish I've ever had in a whiskey. Oh wow, that just smacks me in the mouth here. Let's try that again. Really sweet. A good mix of fruit and spice. You swallow, and then it's just like bang, hits you. A big wall of fruit. Look at that. I can feel my sweat coming out already. Wow. Lychee flavors. A host of citrus and some unripe kiwi. Persimmon. Again, unripe persimmon. A bit of pepper. Little hint of cinnamon. And a nice little bit of vanilla kicking through there in the finish as well. Very, very lovely. Okay, let's try that with water. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think maybe even one more. 5. Okay. That is roughly about 2.5 milliliters each. So I've added 12.5 milliliters to 30. So I've increased the volume to about 45 milliliters from 30. All right, now my math, I can't do it that quickly, but 58% of 30, well, 58% of 10 is 5.8. So 5.8 times 3 is 5, 10, 15. Plus 0.8 times 3, that is 24, so 17.4. There's 17.4 milliliters of pure alcohol by volume anyway in this little vial here. Alright, so then I'll take 17.4 out of 45 and what do I get? Well, it's just under 40% now, roughly. Okay. 18 would have been 40%, I think, out of 45. If my math is right, and I think it is. Okay, so we're just under 40% now. So we should start seeing some mist. However, it's been triple distilled, so we may not, in fact. The more you distill it, the less congeners, the less fatty acids and proteins would be left in the solution. Okay, how about now? Now the wine really takes over. Wine scent here. It's a drier white wine. It's not a really sweet one. I could be wrong about that. Still a lot of that wood influence too. Vanilla, very predominant. Ginger also coming through there. And also still a lot of citrus. I could smell that all day. It's very lovely. Maybe a little bit of a perfumed scent. Yeah, just a light floral, like a potpourri that you might put in your hallway when you have company. All right, cheers again. Have a great weekend or the week whenever you're watching this. This is Friday here in Korea. Friday, what is it, May the 18th? 19th? Okay, cheers. What a candy bomb. It's like a tin of hard fruit candies. And as I bring it to my mouth to taste, I'm getting a different set of scents coming through, so I'm very candied. Candied, and yet lots of vanilla. Custardy even. Vanilla custard with candies. That is incredible. Wonderful flavors, and still has that very strong, very potent finish, still working me over here. And my house is not warm, but one of my favorite kinds of flavors is that sweet and sour in the right balance just wins me over. And sometimes I'll eat kiwi and I'll get little dots of perspiration on my brow. Anyway. Oh, gorgeous. Now, Hungshik shared with me that the price of this was also very reasonable. Something like around $80, $85 in US currency. Sadly, here in Korea, maybe it was 30 bottles, and they all went to whiskey bars where they sell whiskey by the glass. So there just wasn't enough to bring into Korea to put in retail. Koreans are at the beginning of getting into home consumption. They never were for whiskey, or any liquor for that matter, unless there was company. But normally that would have been the traditional Korean liquors. Anyway, so the home consumption of whiskey has begun, and of course all the various companies are trying to promote that in a healthful way. And there's a couple of funny words that I'll share with you. One of them is, what is it now? Home 술. 술 means liquor, and home means, well, your house. So home 술 means drinking at home. And then also, very similarly, 혼 meaning singular, meaning by yourself. Like 혼자. So 혼자 means by myself. So 혼술, drinking by myself, drinking alone. So 혼술 is becoming popular. Well, it's getting more popular. It was never popular before. People who said they drank alone were laughed at, or kind of like, oh, he must be having some kind of trouble, so he needed to drink. Anyway, so just like Western people do, you go home, you're done your work, you're cooking, and you crack open a bottle of beer, or you pour yourself a little glass of whiskey. Okay, so nothing wrong with drinking alone. So if you are in Korea and you are thinking about trying some whiskey, but you don't have someone to do it with, go by yourself and enjoy the 혼술, or buy a bottle and bring it home and try the homsul. Okay? All right, let's give it one more taste before we wrap things up here. Gorgeous. Now I have to say, of the three Springbank brands, Springbank, 2 and 3/4 distilled, they say. Longrow, which is only double distilled and peated, heavily peated. Springbank, lightly peated, and Hazelburn, not peated. Anyway, out of these three brands, it seems as though that the Hazelburn really takes kind of like the back seat, and that the peaty Longrow and the real Campbelltown Bruiser Springbank are the ones that that people are fighting over when there's a new release of something that has only, let's say, a few thousand bottles. Hazelburn, though, I'm really impressed with this. I've had the 10-year-old. I think I've had the 12-year-old also, and this far and away just blows me away. So it really works well with a bit of that wine influence. Really nice. And look at that. I've nearly come to finishing this. Highly recommend that. I don't have the bottle. I will put pictures in here though, so there'll be pictures for you to see. Hope you like the pictures that I put in the videos. I usually put a little bit of a picture feed up here somewhere, and well, since I don't have the bottle, I'll superimpose a bottle. I'll Photoshop a bottle in for the cover shot for YouTube, I should say. And right, Facebook. If you are on Facebook, why not look up WhiskyWhistle and like it and follow it, please. And get involved. Leave a comment. Put pictures in the visitors posts area. Tell me what you're drinking. Give me your recommendations. I really want to hear from you. Also, Twitter. Probably that is where I'm most active on a day-to-day basis. I probably put out about 5 to 10 or more tweets per day. Instagram, I'm going to try to ramp that up a little bit. Right now I'm doing about 4 a week, 4 posts, 5 posts a week, 5 pictures, 5 uploads, whatever you want to call it, 5 grams. So watch for Instagram, also Whiskey Whistle. And if you're in Korea, Kakao Talk, there is now a Kakao Talk chat group, Whiskey Whistle and Friends. Look for it, join, and share. Right now I've only got about 4 or 5 people in that room, but we're already sharing a lot, and we're already planning maybe an event before long. Okay, so the Kakao Talk chat, Whiskey Whistle and Friends. Look that up and join. And why not like this YouTube video, please? Okay, click like, click subscribe, and thank you for watching all this time. Take care, and we'll see you next time.